dig it.
Take it by the scenes, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out, it's what we're all about. 561 Music!
Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
And I'm Hector.
And how, good sir, are you doing on this fine evening?
Stressed. We're getting close. We're by the time you guys are watching this, we are 1 day away from the 2-week mark from the 561 Music Festival, and there's still a lot to do.
I tell you what, it creeps up on you, and then all of a sudden it runs at you.
It does, I creep along doing things, and then suddenly I have to run doing things. It kind of works out.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Worst comes to worst, it'll still be fine. All right. So either way, let me read some of the fine bands. We have 30 bands at the 561 Music Festival, and they are Alec, Like Harvey, Dominic Delaney, Heidi Merrill, Sandman Sleeps, Shy Blossom, More Better Band, Rogue Theory, Give It Up, Blab Scam, Snake Lounge, Euphobia, Jesse Young, Modern Natives, RJ Preston, Josh Gluck and the Family Tree, Roots Shakedown, one of my favorites, Dirty Crumb Bums, Change is Great, Brett Staska, my absolute favorite, Nostalgia, Butch and the Fat Dubes, Bomb the Algorithm, Turbo Kid, The Holidays, Dr. Geronimo, Part-Time Cooks, and the 561 youth bands, Creeper Jr., The Meter, and Northlake.
All right, and it just, we want to go through and thank really quickly all the sponsors. Of course, Steiger Green and Finer for being the presenting sponsor, Robert E. Henner, DDS, American Commercial Realty, Hamilton Piano Company, Cultural Council of Palm Beach County, Paparo Strings and Frets, Oasis, Root Kava Bar, the Shirt Series, Galliano Family Salon, the Frosty Foundation, Punk Rock Saves Lives, and of course the 561 Music School and the Studio. Without the support and dollars and everything else from all of those guys, we wouldn't be able to put on the festival. So, if you live under a rock and you haven't heard about it yet, 561 Music Festival, May 2nd, Meyer Amphitheater, 3 stages, 30 bands, all day, back-to-back music, never a quiet moment. Food trucks, food court, I think we're adding now. A VIP area with hydration station and some goodies and food and things like that. Vendors, sponsor tables. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Let me jump in as well, because I know as well that Bob Ackrey from Ackrey Designs is going to be sponsoring it too.
Yep.
And I just wanted to slip him in there under the before
Absolutely.
we missed him, because he came in at the last minute, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those that are getting VIP tickets, the VIP tickets are online right now. They are $50, but if you use the code MOSAIC26, all one word, no spaces, you can buy one, get one free. So essentially you're getting them for $25. You can't go wrong. The VIP includes a swag bag with some goodies in it. It includes your admission, of course, into the VIP area, which has some tenting and shade and stuff. There's some tables. You have a private bar area, so you don't have to wait in the big lines of the other bars. You have a hydration station, which is basically a sponsored area.
It's just a rhyming place to drink water.
Yeah. It's free water so that you don't die of thirst. And we're going to have food catered, some light bites towards the evening hours catered in from Patty Mac's.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time, guys. So you definitely want to be out there. It will be the place to be May 2nd. So
absolutely. I believe the idea is to do the podcast where we interview the bands from there as well. So if you're really lucky, you get to meet me up close.
Yeah. And if you're really lucky, you'll avoid me all day.
All right. So without further ado, we have someone who I just really appreciate your music and you as an artist in general. Brett Staska, how's it going, bro?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Right.
And I know I've been sort of blowing smoke up your rear end a lot today, but it's true. It really is. Like I
appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not that I was taken aback, but I was like, when we were playing at the songwriter night, it's just your music is very polished. It's just well performed, and like the songs are just right. There's something kind of like it's just finished. It's good.
You're
I'm
right
very
on.
impressed with it.
I really appreciate that. And First of all, I just want to say the pleasure is all mine. Thank you guys for having me here.
Yeah,
I appreciate what you guys do for the local community.
Hell yeah, man.
What have you. So it's a
Nice
pleasure.
one. So you've been a musician for a long time, haven't you?
I have. 38 now, and I started when I was 18, so about 20 years or so.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, I think we've all been at it a while in this room, I would say.
for sure.
So what was the, how did it all happen?
So I have 2 older brothers, and they've always been into music. And like any younger brother, you kind of are into what your brothers are into. So that's kind of how it all started for me. They played jazz band in high school, and I just kind of admired it from afar at first,
Right.
as a fan.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of picked up a guitar, I would say at 15 or 16, and started writing songs,
Gotcha.
learning chords and writing songs.
Did you have anyone to teach you chords?
Yeah, my oldest brother, Matt. for
He's a
sure.
guitar player too.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Did you ever do the learning stuff off YouTube thing?
Yeah, totally. I mean, use every asset that you have, nowadays, and YouTube was just coming
Yeah, totally. It's
coming up.
Do you remember Justin Guitar? He was one of the few things.
I don't actually know.
So there's this guy Justin. I can't remember his last name, but
It's not guitar.
it's not. I got to find out.
Unfortunately.
I got to figure it out because
All right.
now somehow he's gonna end up weirdly watching this, and I won't have remembered his name.
Right
Okay,
on.
so
Gotta
his-
get it right.
Yeah, exactly. Justin Sandico, and he was one of the original kind of like
YouTube
guitar
teacher type things. Yeah.
and they're really good too. And have you noticed that a lot of those YouTube guitar teacher guys are English as well? Like a ton of English guitar teacher guys. I don't know why.
They say those who can do and those who can't
are English.
Are British. Sorry, that was just too easy. I still love you, man.
Despite the fact that you can do nothing except make YouTube videos for some reason.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, cool. Did you ever have lessons?
No, I was never formally taught or anything like that. No, just learned a couple chords from a chord book and started writing songs.
Have you sort of have you ever kind of like delved into the world of like music theory?
A little bit, for sure. Like learning lead and scales, and
Yeah.
certainly there a little bit. But honestly, if anyone's watching this, it just comes down to learning what you can and putting it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if just people say 3 chords in the truth, country music, but honestly, all you need is 2.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
If you listen to Merle Haggard and some of those old guys, like
100%.
they just use 2 chords, man.
My
You're
man,
gonna do some
I've been,
Delta blues, you get away with one.
I've been
Yeah, there
fighting
you go.
theory my whole life, so
There you go,
I'm right
yeah.
there with you, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not necessarily against it, but I just come from a little bit more of a rootsy foundation.
I think it's fantastic. And the only reason I ask is just out of curiosity. I certainly don't think it's like a necessity,
No, for sure.
It's
yeah.
like, I feel like there's just different ways people end up going about it. I always say to people, like if I'm teaching them or if for some reason I'm having a conversation about it, which is often, because I'm a boring person who only talks about music all the time. I often say it's like music theory is there to explain what you can hear and to explain what music does. It's not like it doesn't come first; it comes like after the fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like it's not the thing that tells you what sounds to play. In my view, it's the thing
explains
to
it.
explain the sounds you play. You know what I mean? And so as a result, you don't need it to be able to play. It's just kind of convenient to show someone else what you played or something
Right,
like that. You know what I
right.
mean? That's
So
the way I
you
look at it.
started playing guitar and stuff. You were about 15 or so. You were saying earlier that you've kind of been in the music business, if you will, since you were like 18. So was that at that point, did you start just playing solo and stuff, or were you playing with bands, or how'd that all come about?
Yeah, definitely just started playing solo with an acoustic guitar like most people,
Okay.
coffee shops and
Yeah.
any place you can sort of get a gig
Yeah.
to kick it off. I think it's important to get the reps in at first when
For
you're first starting out.
Yeah,
Always original
10,000
stuff,
hours.
or
No, definitely. You got thrown into 3-hour gigs, so
of course.
Have you done that? Have you done a bunch of that? Like the circuit?
definitely
Yeah,
a bunch of that. Just because
pay
if
the
you want to
bills.
make a buck, that's kind of like what it is.
For sure. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I, with that being said, I love doing the original thing. That's where my heart's at. So.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Do you do much like solo stuff these days? Like those
Yeah.
3-hour type ones?
Yeah, definitely. I've sort of scaled it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But I definitely to the places that I like to play at. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
yeah.
Keep the good ones around. And
No, totally. I keep one or two on the books. So I can just to kind of like keep the muscles.
oh yeah,
you know
for
what
sure,
I mean?
definitely.
Like I just feel like it's important for that.
Try out new stuff too.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of Richard Thompson songs that I wouldn't be able to play anymore if I didn't have to play them in front of people because they're so hard.
There you go.
Pretty much the main reason I do it.
Yeah,
To keep them going. Yeah, totally. So, yeah. So when it comes to your approach to playing the guitar, like one of the things I was really enjoying listening to it was the sort of arrangements and stuff. Do you have any sort of people that you're looking at, like guitar-wise, in country in terms of like inspiration?
Definitely. You know, I'm more inspired by, I would say, older acts.
Sure, yeah.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, man.
I'm big on Buck Owens.
Yeah.
It's a huge inspiration of mine. Guys like Graham Parsons, who's actually from Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's something I wanted to touch on as well, is people don't realize there's a lot of country legends from Florida.
For sure.
So you got Graham Parsons up there in Winter Haven. Who else we got? We got Mel Tillis out there in Pahokee.
Yep.
This fella named Gary Stewart, who's actually lived in Fort Pierce, who's like the king of honky tonk music.
I mean, there's the obvious
Yeah.
one. We don't have to say him though if we don't want to.
John Anderson, or who are you gonna say?
It begins with a J.
Oh,
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett. No, I like Jimmy Buffett,
Yeah,
man. I'm a fan.
yeah.
I'm
No,
a
me
fan.
too. I just
Yeah,
feel like
man.
it's a little bit on the nose for Florida country.
Yeah. Cheeseburger in paradise. I got you.
yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But no, I'm a fan of Buffett, man. Honestly.
You know what? When I agree with that, and when I sort of knew about him from being in England and stuff, didn't understand it at all. But being here, knowing people who I respect, liking him, and like taking a second look, I'm like, okay, you know, there's some good stuff in there. You know,
For sure.
there really is.
When you're in Florida, man, you get Jimmy Buffett. Whether you don't have to like him, but you get it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, man.
Definitely a great songwriter.
Yeah. I had a friend who used to play tennis with him. Isn't that mad? Tennis with Jimmy Buffett. Oh, there you go.
There's a song.
I know.
There's a song there somewhere, man, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna steal that now. I wrote it already. In fact, I already trademarked it, and you can't do anything with it.
So, what do you like to write about? What do you have any themes that you come back to more often than others?
Honestly, country kind of lends itself to a lot of heartbreak and
Sure.
drinking songs. So,
Sure.
but I try to stay away from the obvious stuff. You know, there's a real line in country music between the pop world and the traditional world.
Folk
We'll say,
storyteller.
yeah,
world.
exactly,
Yeah,
like Americana things. So sometimes it's hard to distinguish yourself. You know, when you're
Yeah.
doing some of these gigs. There's a lot of those pop country gigs around, and
brutal.
yeah, I feel like a lot of those places, they want a certain type of music, and I'm country, but I don't necessarily offer that brand of country, you know,
Yeah,
and
for
it's hard
sure,
to
yeah.
describe that to them.
No, totally. And I think that like a lot of people will say they don't like country, but what they mean is they don't like that.
Exactly, exactly.
You know, because there's a big difference. And it's not like a lot of the people who play that kind of country don't like older country and outlaw country as well. They do, but it's not, you know, it's not the same thing, or not anymore, you know.
Right.
But it's just like any kind of genre. There's a whole load of stuff. Some of it not so great. Some of it fantastic. And also it's subjective. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Depends on what you like. But yeah. So what's he called? Trapper Nelson. Didn't you write a song about Trapper
I
Nelson?
did, yeah. My last record, County Line, wrote a
Yeah.
tune called Ballad of Trapper Nelson.
Yeah,
I try
yeah.
to incorporate a lot of old Florida imagery
Yeah.
into the songwriting, and it kind of fits, you know.
Yeah, totally.
You played that at the singer-songwriter, I believe.
I
didn't you?
believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember you talking about it, and I was born and raised and grew up down here in Florida, and you know, Boy Scouts and all that stuff. So been to Trapper Nelson's a ton of times, you know, kind of canoeing and stuff. And yeah, man, you just hear Trapper Nelson. It brings back a lot of good memories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
totally.
It's such a cool story for anyone out there that hasn't heard of. Definitely worth looking
look
up.
it up if you haven't. It's actually really cool.
One of the first places I went to around here, actually, I went there with my wife when we were still just dating, and I actually think I can't remember if it was there. I think it might have been there, where I got like a sort of like a little sort of souvenir ring, and we just for the for the time being, we used it as an engagement ring. If I'd have got it at Nonsense.
That's actually amazing. It's actually amazing.
Yeah, totally. Christy's really into my wife Christy's really into old Jupiter, and she works
Florida
with
history and
yeah,
stuff,
she works with the town, and she's been working on a poem actually recently about like the old Native American tribes and the mounds and stuff.
Oh, right on.
Because
Very
she's
cool.
like involved in like protecting that stuff and trying to stop people from building on it and all that.
Awesome.
So yeah, I was thinking I might try and write a song about that, you know.
She's cool by me.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about that too, honestly.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, I feel like there's so much depth to Florida, you know, if you scratch the surface, you know.
Right. And inspiration for songs, you know.
Yeah.
If you want to learn about the history, it's out there. Just how deep you're willing to go, you know.
100%.
It's kind of like that with music too, you know. Like there's a guitar there staring back at you. It's like what can you pull out of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You want to just learn a couple chords and play live at some bar, that's cool. You know, you want to write some songs, that's cool. Whatever, you know. It's just what can you pull out of it, extract out of it, you know.
Totally. That reminds me of when we go to do the chalk festivals. It's like everyone has the same chalks, but the thing that everyone does is so different. Mm-hmm. Like just like so fundamentally different. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. No, art's funny like that. You know, you take the same tools and do completely different things.
Right.
Well, that's the beautiful thing of it, you know. Like like you're saying, you know, there's a guitar sitting there. All three of us could even have the same prompt and go into separate rooms, and we're going to come back with completely different songs, genres, whatever, and that's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, when you record, like, how do you go about that? Do you have like a way that you do it more than other ways? Like, do you go to the studio or do you do it yourself? Or?
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to do all my previous records up until this new one coming out with a good friend of mine and former drummer named Chris Denny, who I think you guys may know.
Yeah.
So he has a home studio and does a great job.
Yeah.
And everything I did up until my latest release, which is coming out on May 9th, it's an album called Yeehaw Junction. Yeah. Adding to the old Florida stuff. There's some old Florida in there.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, so everything I've done up until this one was been with him, but with this latest record, I actually recorded with my cousin, Jeremy Staska.
Right.
At Studio 13 down in Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
Cool.
And he's been around for a long time, primarily known in the hardcore and like punk scenes. He's done stuff with like Marilyn Manson.
Cool.
Early days, Non-Point.
Yeah.
Poison the Well.
Cool.
But it was his stuff that I heard that he did with JP Soares, who's a blues guy around here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys know.
Big fan of his.
Amazing guy. And so he actually does all the JP's recordings. And once I heard that stuff, I'm like, let's do something, man.
Yeah, sick.
Honestly, I felt like I didn't have something good enough until what I have now to approach him. I'm like, I was waiting for the right project, you know, to use like a professional sort of situation.
I got you. Yeah, you really wanted to come with the big guns.
Exactly.
I know. It's like, you know, when there's an opportunity that's like just really like a great one, you don't want to waste it. You want to make sure you come correct.
Yeah, you don't want to waste anyone's time. You know, you want to come well rehearsed and proper.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's music's a funny thing. It's just like anything. It's like the more you prepare for it, the more you take it seriously, the more better organized you are, better it's gonna go.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
It's like
anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just like anything. Yeah, and like I think that's one of the things that over the years that I probably struggled with the most in terms of like being in bands and stuff. So always doing one too many things, like, you know, like a sort of overextend. I feel like the best way to approach music, if I could give any advice to people watching this, is just pick a thing and like make sure there's a sort of like a narrowish kind of like a, you know what it is and you know what it's trying to do, and just do that.
Put all your focus into that.
Put all your focus in it. Yeah, because, you know.
Don't do like Ben and I. Collectively, we're like in 9 bands. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's fun, but it's very difficult to get anything done.
Yep.
Anyway, but I mean, you know, you can relate to us a little bit because you do a couple of different things too. So
Definitely, yeah.
it's hard not to.
I play bass with Root Shakedown,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
I think you guys had
Yeah,
in
yeah.
here a couple weeks ago. which is
Yeah,
great.
totally. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because it's kind of like I'm in a ska band and Killbillies, and you do your country and your reggae. It's pretty sort of like comparable.
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
like
definitely.
two sides of the coin, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How did you you were doing the solo stuff and everything? How did you end up hooking up with all your the rest of the guys in your band and everything and get that going as a full band?
Yeah, so I'm lucky enough to play with great musicians. Going
Yeah.
back to like learning just a couple chords. The other great thing you can do is surround yourself with great musicians that make you
Yeah.
sound a whole lot better than you are. So I'm lucky enough to play with a couple great guys. I got Kevin Mall on pedal steel,
Nice.
Royal Hayes on guitar.
He's brutal.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys know Royal?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
great player. Bryant Forsyth on bass.
Yeah.
And Trip Jones on drums. So
Nice, man.
Sick.
definitely just want to shout those guys out because couldn't do it without them. And when I play full band, it's as Brett Staska and the Souvenirs. So
Yeah.
those guys are the Souvenirs.
Nice.
It's yeah, you're right. Playing with good people, it just keeps you on your game.
Yeah, and going back to meeting those guys just through gigging and various life occurrences,
Sure.
as they happen.
Yeah,
So-
totally. Have you ever met any of the people you play with via the medium of surfing?
You know what? I never have, but that would be really cool.
Yeah, totally right.
That would be really cool because that is definitely a big passion of mine.
How did you meet Virgil back in the day?
Virgil, actually, you know what? Maybe I did meet Virgil through surfing. I want to say I did.
There you go.
So there you go.
There you go.
Art, maybe through gigging. I
Yeah.
think maybe.
Talking about surfing at a gig.
Exactly. I'm like, you know what? I've seen that guy out surfing before.
Yeah.
I want to say actually through William Kimball in the hit show,
Yeah.
playing with Box Elder at
Yeah.
some surf event.
Yeah, totally.
I think Virgil played bass with those guys.
Yeah.
I think about him a lot. I have a picture of him in my
So much crossover, man.
This
Yeah.
tattoo, we both
Yeah,
have one
that's
of those.
amazing.
I think about that guy a lot.
That
We were
guy-
talking about him actually when Root Shakedown came on.
Okay, yeah. Pirate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For reals. Anyways. So we've covered the lyrics. Got a little bit into recording and how you go about that. Do you ever do home recordings?
No, not really. Just demo stuff.
Yeah.
Demoing stuff out at the house and
That's actually quite refreshing because it feels like everybody does these days. But I think maybe that there is a place for the idea that just practice your songs at home and get someone else to do it. It might actually be a better way around. you know?
exactly. Hey, work
Yeah.
with people that know more about the stuff than you do.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's
Yeah,
the best thing you can
totally.
do. Learn from others.
Absolutely. It sort of feels like we've set ourselves up to listen to a song now at this point. So what would you like us to stick on?
All right, so yeah, this is a new tune I just came out with. It's the first single off my new record. It's called Lovin' and Leavin'.
Excellent. Yeah, let's check it out and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Loving and leaving is what she's bound to do. Can't wait till the B-side, forget when the record's through. Came here, but she ain't here, forever just a passing through. Loving and leaving, forgetting about me. Thought she was the one, that she done played me like a fool. Started down at a honky-tonk on a $5 game of pool. She walked in through a courtesan and was looking at After a round, she done move on down, for the song was through. Loving and leaving is what she's bound to do. Can't wait till the B-side, forget when the record's through. Came here, but she ain't here, forever just a passing through. Loving and leaving, forgetting about me. There she go again, off with another brand new best friend. She moving rather quickly, one could say. Out with the in crowd, bright lights, music loud. Late night honky tonkin', she'll never come home to stay. Loving and leaving is what she's bound to do. Can't wait till the beast lies, forget when the records do. Came here, but she ain't here, forever just a passing through. Loving and leaving, forgetting about me on you.
Okay, so we just listened to Lovin' and Leavin' by Brett Staska and Souvenirs. Could you tell us a little bit about what it's about and the story surrounding the creation of the song?
Yeah, so that was just a classic country tune, classic heartbreak country tune, you know, inspired by real life occurrences.
Yeah.
Those things just sort of happen and they inspire a lot of music, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
do.
And for a long time, I kind of really tried to sort of not write songs like that I'm going back to it. It's you know, it's
That's
like
all
an
I
old
can write.
comfy sofa. Yeah, there's a lot of
Source.
inspiration in there, you know.
For sure, man. You know?
I've been married 29 years this year, and somehow I can only write heartbreak songs.
There you go.
I don't know.
He's got a lot of them. He has this whole kind of like fantasy other life where he's been jilted by many lovers. I love it.
Hey, whatever helps.
Exactly.
Right.
No, it's a great song though, and it does sort of conjure up like a wonderful era of country, and it really is the kind of country that I just love, and it's great. So who were the players on it?
So yeah, like I was saying, I'm fortunate enough to surround myself with great players.
Yeah.
We had Kevin Mall on pedal steel, Royal Hayes on guitar,
Yeah.
Bryant Forsyth on bass, and Trip Jones on drums.
So it really is it's the
Same band, yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Live band.
Oh, that's
Yep.
nice. So when you recorded it, did you did you do any of it? So did you do the rhythm section like together, or did you layer it?
So we layered everything.
Yeah.
I did acoustic direct in, and we started with the drums like
Okay.
most people do, and
Yeah,
then
sure,
bass, and sort of built off that, you know.
Just curious because it's something I like to kind of play around with sometimes. Sort of depending on the band, it's fun to see if you can capture some of it live. I think it just really
Totally.
depends on the band, though. You know.
Exactly.
But I feel like this kind of country is so steady. It's like it doesn't need that necessarily. You know, it's not like lots of tempo changes. You know, it's
Yeah.
like super steady. You know, like actually really suits being done like to a click and a layered. You know, it's like perfect for that. I love pedal steel, man.
Oh, totally. That's definitely the secret
cool.
sauce.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of good country music. You know, if it doesn't have pedal steel, it's not really necessarily country.
So
It's not real. It's not real country.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate enough to play with that dude Kevin Mall.
Yeah.
It's funny. I bought this old Fender pedal steel on Facebook Marketplace, and I ended up joining this Fender pedal steel Facebook group to learn about it. You know, I'm like, let
Yeah.
me try and figure, deep dive into this thing. And I saw this guy on there, and he was posting some stuff, and it said Hope Sound, Florida. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty close to me. Let me just reach out to him. I showed him my songs, and I was like, it's not really necessarily country.
So
It's not real. It's not real country.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate enough to play with that dude Kevin Mall.
Yeah.
It's funny. I bought this old Fender pedal steel on Facebook Marketplace, and I ended up joining this Fender pedal steel Facebook group to learn about it. You know, I'm like, let
Yeah.
me try and figure, deep dive into this thing. And I saw this guy on there, and he was posting some stuff, and it said Hope Sound, Florida. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty close to me. Let me just reach out to him. I showed him my songs, and I was like, I'm looking for a pedal steel player. And he's like, yeah, I dig it. I'll play with you.
Nice.
So that's how I
That's
met
cool.
him. Fortunate enough, and he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah. I've played with a couple of pedal steel players around here, and it's as soon as they step up and start playing, you're like, oh, what did I ever do with that? We should get a pedal steel player for
Oh, settle down, settle down.
It does take a lot of commitment. You got to get. It's like a drummer. You got to get there a lot longer before everyone else and set it up. It takes a while.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. It's like rubbing your belly, patting your, head, and doing all that.
Yeah, I've spent quite a lot of time trying to figure it out, but it's something you have to master. It's like it's like learning to play the violin well. It's difficult.
Totally. And there's a lot of different tunings you can go with as well.
Yeah,
6-string, 8-string, 10-string.
Yeah, I have a lap steel. I got that one in like C6 is a kind of a classic.
C6, there you go. Yeah, that's like the jazzy sort of Western swing sort of country side of things.
Yeah,
and then a lot of the classic countries and E9 is the tuning they use.
I didn't realize that the with the pedal steel they had all the different string configurations like that too. Like
there's options. Yeah, a lot of the classic country they use 10-string. That's
wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Somebody just handed me a 5-string bass yesterday, as a matter of fact, to play something we were playing, and I didn't have my bass with me. They handed me a 5-string bass. I just kind of laughed and said, if I wanted more than 4 strings, I'd play guitar.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's funny. We should see if we can find you an instrument that has less than 4.
The whamola.
The old 1-string.
The whamola.
Oh, there you go.
It's a 1-string thing.
What is the whamola? I don't even know what it is.
I'll explain it to you after this. It's a little weird. Justin has one.
All right. I feel like we should move on from the whamola.
Yes.
We're going to get ourselves into dangerous territory. All right. So something we like to do on the pod is ask, do you have any advice for people getting into the music game?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about this because I know that you guys do this. And if you want to do original music, the one thing I suggest to bands is actually have original music to show, like a physical product,
Yeah.
Because oftentimes it's so hard. You go on a band's page and they're a band, but you can't find any clips or any music. I'm sure you guys can attest to this.
Yep.
Putting on shows and festivals. So the one thing I'd say is get in the studio. Like once you get the reps in and you got your songs down, definitely get in the studio and work towards something.
Yeah.
To have at the merch booth. Not necessarily to even sell. It's just a place to meet people and congregate,
Yeah.
100%, man.
Absolutely. And, but in terms of like having something to work towards, I feel like that is the key to a band's longevity, key to a band, like sort of just that keeping spirits up and like and getting better. Because it's like, if you don't have a show coming up, if you're not working on a record, like what are you even doing? You know what I mean? You need the goal. And so that's something that we try and do here at 561 Music with the bands we teach and the kids, just give them something to work towards.
Definitely. Stay busy.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to like marketing and stuff like that, who's doing that?
So I do everything in-house.
Yeah.
But I'm fortunate enough to work with a great graphic designer friend of mine.
Nice.
Evan Oriana.
Okay.
And that's another thing I wanted to say too, is it's important. I see a lot of people that are against AI music, but then they'll go and post AI flyers.
Sure.
Which is like another form of art, if you will. So you can't be against one thing and then for it. So
I know what you mean.
I would advise people to work with like someone you're close to, a great graphic designer or something, and kind of stick in that lane and work together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it is something that another thing I've admired about like your product in general is it has a strong, it has an aesthetic. You know what I mean? You know what it is as soon as you look at it.
Cool. Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
and I would say Evan definitely has a big part of that.
Yeah, nice, man. And it's especially with the kind of thing you're doing, where it's a kind of like it's a sort of like a retro sort of. It's capturing a moment in time and a feeling. It's like it's super important to get that right.
Right on.
There's no
Appreciate
doubt
that.
about So what have you got coming up? Have you got any shows other than, of course, 561 Music Festival?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the 561 Music Festival. We're going to be playing 5 p.m. on James's stage, the South Stage. So looking forward to that.
Galliano Family Salon Stage.
Yes.
It's stage 3 in the south of the venue, I guess, if you will. It's Palm Beach Post Park, which is south side of the Meyer Amphitheater.
Otherwise known as PPPP.
Something like that.
But beyond that, the next weekend, May 9th, I'm actually releasing my new album, Yeehaw Junction. And the release party is going to be at the Surfing Florida Museum.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is a
Really?
surf
Cool,
museum on the south end of West Palm.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
recently just renovated it. And
nice.
it's going to be cool, man.
It's
Looking
been
forward
there
to
for
it.
a minute, though, hasn't it? It's been.
Well, they've jumped around locations.
Okay.
You know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
It started in Delray, and then I want to say they actually came up here to Lake Park for a little bit,
Right.
near the brew house, and then West Palm by Grandview, and now they're down by World Thrift, down in that zone,
Oh, yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah.
Okay.
Southwest Palm.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's a great spot to do it.
Oh, totally. Just
Yeah,
something different. Like,
Yeah.
I've done a bunch of bar gigs, throughout my career, so I just want to do something different for this one and kind of give
Sure.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're doing a $10 donation at the door, and all of the money is going to the Surfing Museum.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And are you going to have, I'm assuming that the music will be available on all the usual streaming and all that stuff, but are you going to have physical media for people to buy?
Yes, totally. So we did it all this time. We
Nice.
printed vinyl, we have
Yeah.
cassettes, and we have CDs.
Excellent.
So definitely a lot of options for people to come and buy it.
Yeah,
No,
wicked.
no 8-tracks?
No 8-tracks. Next time,
Damn
though.
it. Damn it. I'm
You're
an
like,
8-track
I
guy.
know.
I did the tapes and the vinyl. Is that not enough?
Well, he said we did it all. I had to throw it in there.
8-track, you got me.
Next time.
Yeah.
So I
For my
got,
Camaro.
I got given one of the things my father-in-law likes to buy me is like old music players. So like I've got like he bought me like an old gramophone, and also have you seen the ones that have like a cylinder that turns and it has all
No.
these? It's like a wax cylinder that has all these little markings in it, and it plays. It's wild, dude.
Wild.
Yeah, and they always come in these like mad like wooden boxes. It's cool, man. He likes antiques, and I guess I wasn't like a huge guns fan, so he started. Buying me. He started not, antique guns have their place, but I just got like I don't know. He started buying me these cool old gramophones and stuff. There's loads
Very
of
cool.
stuff out there.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. Anyways, thanks so much for coming on, dude.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
man.
And if you're watching this, you got to check him out. Brett Staska is a great musician. The music is legit, and if you like old country and outlaw country, you're just gonna love it. So yeah, man. Thanks again, and I can't wait to see you at the festival.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks.
Looking
now.
forward to it.
Yeah, wicked.
Awesome.
Thanks for
Anything you
having
want
me.
to say before we get out of here?
No, just check out the new record coming out May 9th. Come to
Wicked.
the release party if you guys can.
Yeehaw Junction.
Yep.
Take it by the scene, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out.